Now, I also understand that NCSS clinicians have all been trained in 7 Challenges framework. Could you explain what that means and how that operates?
Sure. So 7 Challenges is a framework that came out of Arizona by a man named Dr. Schwabel, who actually we had a chance to meet. He came out and did a site visit after we were trained in the model. And so he was working with adolescents in substance treatment and just started to put together kind of a framework of what was working with the youth that he was meeting with. So he was really pushing the model of, meeting youth where they're at. So not coming in with an agenda and saying, like, you can't use this, you can't use that, look what this is doing to your life. So instead, we're going to be mindful that there's often reasons that youth are using, whether that's a self-medication, whether that's to help with sleep, whether there's usually some beneficial reason that youth are accessing substances. So we're going to come in with an open mind. We're going to encourage youth to be honest and open about their use. We're going to talk about those benefits, and we're also going to get at, what are some of the negative things as well. And by having those conversations, looking more at, what responsibility do you have? What are things that are out of your control in your life, and where would you like to go from there? So what goals do you have in the future? What are your goals now? How can we support you in meeting your goals? So it really is youth-driven, where the youth says, maybe it's rooted in harm reduction. So maybe the youth comes in and is like, well, I think my alcohol use is problematic. I'm noticing on the weekends I'm binging a lot. It's not healthy. I'm making poor choices. But I'm only smoking weed, maybe socially with friends here and there. So I want to stop abusing alcohol, but I'm okay with my marijuana use. So we will meet the youth right there and work with them on their goals as is. As what we're finding is if you come in with an agenda, it's not likely going to be a positive result. So that's definitely what the model kind of pushes is, meeting youth where they're at. And it also has another kind of unique component of journaling. So they're structured journals. There's 9 of them that youth can use while they access the program. So not only is there a talk therapy going on, but the journaling is used as a form of kind of written therapy. The youth will answer the questions in the journal. The counselor takes a look through it and actually responds to the journaling. And the journals are set up to have them, again, thinking about their use, thinking about being open and honest. So it really matches up with the framework of the model. So that's been a cool kind of different thing that we had never done before is this journaling process back and forth. And it's just interesting to see how those conversations can be different, in person and on paper.
Now, does NCSS offer a weekly group for adolescents that's based in this 7 Models Challenge, or 7 Challenges model?
We do. So Monday afternoons at 3:30 to 5, we host the group at Vermont Adult Learning because NCSS rents a space there. And it's, again, a very youth-driven group. So we begin the group with the journaling that I just talked about, and then we do a small check-in. And as part of the check-in, one of the questions that's asked is, what do you want to work on today? So the youth all have a chance to say if there's something pressing that they want to talk about, they can bring it up and talk about it. And it can be anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be substance related. It could be, I had a fight with my mom last night and that's really bothering me. So there's time for the youth to bring up the topics that they'd like to talk about. And then if we run out of time, we usually supplement with some activities. But I think the really nice thing about the group is it's using other peers to help youth kind of learn some problem-solving skills. There are group facilitators there, but often you'll see like a youth will start talking about, I have this issue with my mom, and other youth can kind of speak up and give some feedback. So it's really kind of building peer supports as well.
Yeah, that's